Most of the time, it's really easy to tell when a big, hyped up product is going to be something special, but every once in a while, I come across something more obscure that I feel like I have to share. It's time for another Hidden Gem with JT. This is the Visico LED-200SA, a 200-watt bicolor light that's about as perfect as something like this gets. On the surface, it's a pretty simple light, but it does all the basics well, and it's got the best color accuracy out of any light, period. The housing is made of high-quality plastic, so although it might not stand up to everyday use on a big set, it's more than enough for smaller home studios and content creators. The mounting yoke itself is metal, and it has a ratcheting style angle adjustment handle that tightens down really easily, plus it has a built-in umbrella holder. This is a native Bowens mount light, so you won't have any issues finding soft boxes or other modifiers to use with it. In front of the actual LEDs is a lens which doesn't actually focus the light, but it does blend the tungsten and white LEDs together to give you the most seamless output possible. On the back is a big bright screen and two pressable dials for control. You'll also notice that it has a locking 48-volt XLR port for power. That eliminates the risk of accidentally unplugging this light when it's in use and means that you can use it with other battery stations that support 48 volts of output. The LED-200SA does use an analog power switch and saves the last settings used even if you unplug the light. That means you can connect multiple of these lights to a single power source and turn them all on or off simultaneously. That's perfect if you have a more permanent setup where the settings don't change and you want to get things up and running as quickly as possible. You can adjust the color temperature from 2700 to 6500 Kelvin in increments of 100 Kelvin and the brightness in increments of 1%. And yes, you can control this light wirelessly via Bluetooth using the Visico Light mobile app. The mobile app lets you control individual or groups of lights, save and load presets, and access settings for things like the special effects more easily. This light does have a cooling fan inside, but it only comes on at higher brightness levels once the light reaches a certain temperature. During my testing, I had the light set to 100% just a few feet away and never even noticed when the fan came on, so needless to say, it's not going to negatively affect your audio in any way. Even though it does the basics really well, the absolute best part of this light is the insane color accuracy. That's because it uses the latest low blue light LED tech, which you will find in a few other lights, but none of them quite match up to the quality of this one. I measured the Visico LED-200SA with my Sekonic C800 and got the following results. With the light set to 3200 Kelvin, I got an actual CCT of 3112 Kelvin, a brightness of 8300 lux, and a color correction number of 0.5 green. I also got a CRI of 97 and SSI versus the tungsten standard of 92, while all the individual R values were extremely high. With the light set to 5500 Kelvin, I got an actual CCT of 5319 Kelvin, a brightness of 8420 lux, and a color correction number of 1 green. I also got a CRI of 96.2 and SSI versus the daylight standard of 87, and again, all the individual R values were way up there. Good quality LEDs will typically have an SSI around 85 for tungsten and 74 for daylight, give or take 1 or 2, so the fact that this light came in at 92 and 87 should more than prove my point that it has really good color accuracy. These numbers are legitimately the best I've tested in any light ever. The LED-200SA goes for anywhere between $170 to $265 because they do bulk discounts depending on how many you buy. The biggest downside to this and basically all Visico lights is that they're not as easily available at US retailers like other big name brands. But part of my mission with my channel is to bring you these lesser known hidden gems because honestly, nobody else is. So yes, you could pay a little more and get something like the Amaran 200XS or the iFootage SL1 200 BNA. But I wouldn't be talking about this light if price was the only difference because for the millionth time, the color accuracy on this is the best of the best. But what do you think? Leave a comment and let me know if you would ever pick up this light versus the usual alternatives. Links are in the description, and buying anything at all after clicking my links is the best way to support my channel at no extra cost to you. That's it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.